League of Legends is an MOBA, or in other words, a multiplayer online battle arena for you freaking nerds out there who are into that shit. I mean, like, it's basically just five idiots versus five idiots, and you just fight each other to the death until, like, in an arena and everyone dies. But you get the picture about that, surely. And in this game, there is a map. On this map, there are three different lanes, as it shows in this bad picture. And this lane, there's pits where there's a dragon and some bug eye guy, but that's a different video. And it's split up by a river, okay? And it's split into three different lanes and four jungles. The first of these lanes that I'll talk about is the bot lane. Now, in the bot lane, you normally have two players from each team. One guy, who I like to call the ward guy, he's the support, he buys all the wards and complains at the other dude in his lane. The other dude in his lane is the farmy dude. This farmy dude is the guy that you will hate the most. All he will do all game is hit minions because that's his job, and then he will come and carry you late game. And it's just lazy. If you're lazy, you can play the farmy dude, you know. Or if you're professional, you can play the farmy dude because it doesn't matter because you're just gonna be hitting minions anyway, and then you go and kill everyone because your champion's broken as fuck. The next lane I want to talk about is the mid lane. Now, the mid lane is the most skilled lane in the world. This is where you will find all your smurfs. All your smurfs and your good players and your best players, your fakers of the world. Instead of having all the new players, you'll have those guys, okay? So if you're a new player and you want to play mid, don't, because you're not going to learn anything. You're just going to get stomped all the time. At least learn the basics of the game first. Otherwise, the Smurfs are going to make you cry, and you're just going to want to quit the game. I mean, these Smurfs are idiots, man. They're just there to, boost their friends so that their friends can ruin higher level games and then make higher level players cry and quit. But that's a different topic, okay? Don't get me started on the Smurfs. The next lane we have is the top lane. Now, the top lane is normally where you'll find your best players, your good players. But it's also where you will tend to find the more toxic players that you have on your team. Now, these toxic players, they might not be toxic, but they do like to flame. They will, all normal the time, flame their jungle. They'll just be like, "Yo, jungle, why you no gank, man? Why no gank? Why no gank, jungle? Why no gank? Jungle difference." So the advice I have is when you get into a game, just mute your top. The next area on the map is the jungle. Now, the jungle is where you will find a lot of skilled players because it's quite a hard role to master. You have to have a lot of map awareness and know where you want to be and where to be and what minions to take at what time and all that jazz. But that's what you're here to learn, right? There's lots of different minions in this jungle. There's some turtle things that give you vision. And there's a certain path you take through the jungle to get there to each minion fastest and get what you need the fastest. The first of these is Frog Boy. And then we have the Wolfies, the doggos. Then we have the raptors that nobody wants to take for some reason. And then we have the stone guys. And then after that we have some more harder things to take, some mini bosses, so say. The first of these is Red Buff. Now, the red buff looks like this. He's some guy with two legs. Looks a bit weird, and he gives you a buff when you kill him, which is going to be here in this list of things that I don't want to read out, and if you die, you lose the red buff. The next buff I want to talk about is the blue buff. Now, the blue buff looks like this, and he gives you this. And it's a lot more stuff, some buffs, some stuff to fight and all that stuff, and if you die, you lose him, just like the red buff. Except this time he looks cooler. I mean, look at him, he's just a big rock stone guy, But it doesn't matter which one of these you take first, because either way, you get level 2 if you take them both. Or you take the first one, you get level 2 actually, and if you take them both, you get almost level 3. Then you just kill a camp and you get level 3. And then you can fight once you have these. Now back to our good old friend, the map. Now on the map there are 3 towers in each lane, 3 inhibitors in the base, and 2 towers in the base, and then the Nexus. Now, the aim of the game is to destroy the Nexus, but you can only get to the Nexus if you destroy the 2 towers in front of it, and a whole lane of towers and inhibitors. The inhibitors give you stronger minions so that you can push a lot quicker, and therefore have a higher chance of winning the game and securing the game. However, the other team is trying to stop you doing that, and so it kind of becomes difficult. It becomes strategy in it, you know. It's difficult, it's fun, and it's not just a death match. Throughout this video I've been talking about minions. Now, the minions are these guys, okay? You have the range guys with their wands, you have the melee guys with their swords, and you have the cannons, okay? And they just kind of push the lanes, you know, hit towers, and you can kill them, and then you get some gold. And the gold helps you buy items. Now they spawn in waves, okay, and they're split into 3 ranged minions, 3 melee minions, and then the cannons just spawn whenever they want randomly in the waves for some reason. Because the cannons are stronger, and they give you more gold, and they're useful, and they actually do damage and push and take a while to kill. But I don't know why they're not every wave, okay? Don't question League of Legends, don't question Riot, it's their choice what they do with their game.